Welcome back. It's a Kovacs report. It's time for a bit of Batman. Detective Comics 1101. Yes, 1101 issues in the can. And this one is absolutely superb. Tom Taylor and Mikel Janín doing an amazing job. And before I even get into it, Mikel Janín's art is insanely good in this book. Absolutely insanely good. It has blown me away. And this is the first Detective Comics with the new Jorge Jimenez Bat costume. And I tell you what, the costume really, really, really looks good. I liked it when I first saw it. Now I'm seeing it more and more. It's just awesome. I love this new costume. He looks great. So hats off to Jorge Jimenez also. So this is called The Courage That Kills. Okay. And it's a very, very cool little setup for what I think is going to be a really good arc. Now, before I get into it, I am going to go through it page by page. There will be spoilers. Like the video if you can and hit subscribe if you can too. I really, really appreciate it. Let's dive in. So, in the past, the first little prelude to this story, we come zooming in through Gotham Harbour into one of the tenements, one of the buildings, and this criminal is sort of storming into his flat, hiding his kid in the cupboard, telling him that we're safe and not to be scared, but the kid is very, very scared. Now, before the crim can finish his sentence, everything will be all. Batman absolutely crashes through the window, scoops him up. There are gunshots, and then he vanishes into the night. It just looks so cool. And here we see sort of Batman looking very bat-like with claws and those very angular ears. And I think that's trying to show what fear does to the child or a person, right? It's what they see Batman looks like in their mind while they're fearing for their lives. It's very, very, very cool little touch there. And the city, again, in the first issue of Batman #1, Gotham's changed slightly. It's a lot more colourful, a lot more interesting. I can see that flowing through here as well. So it's nice to see there's some continuity between creative teams on Bat books. Gotham really does look really cool. Now we jump to now, and we are in the just off the harbour of Gotham again. And there's a boat here full of people laughing, drinking, having a really, really good time until a thud is heard as the boat just taps some floating bodies in the water, and there are many floating bodies in the water. And as this happens out of the fog, because it's a thick, foggy Gotham night, this liner comes in and just clips the boat, disabling it, tearing the roof off. And we see Batman. And I like it because I think this they're setting it up from the beginning to be about fear, right? And that is going to be the theme. Okay, it's going to be a Scarecrow story, I would imagine, someone like that. But they're talking about fear here and how fear affects you in the moment, and that's why I mentioned the fact that Batman's drawn very, very much more scarier than he actually is here. So anyway, hold that thought. So a woman falls from the boat as it's clipped by this big liner. She falls into the water, and Batman's already there. The distress call went out. Batman's there in minutes in an absolutely cool bat plane boat submarine thing. It looks so, so cool. Really angular, that bat-like features. It's really good. And he describes what happens when you hit the water, when you hit freezing water, and explains all the responses your body does. You go frightened, so your breath goes, you gulp, you suck in, water when you don't want to. Your blood changes. He's talking about all these things that affect you in the moment of fear. And you see him here jumping in saying it does do that unless you've trained your body. Because Batman, of course, he's trained his body. He hits the water and he's all gravy. He's looking good. Then he saves the woman, flies back out onto the boat, and he's instantly in detective mode, right? He's like, what's going on? Has anyone touched the bodies? Have anyone, boarded the other boat? He gets the lay of the land because he's being, the world's greatest detective here. Now, the boat is disabled, so he sets his bat plane, bat boat, bat submarine, whatever it is. It's so cool to tow it into the harbour on autopilot, and he starts assessing the situation. And he starts counting how many bodies, and he finds 41 bodies, including the bodies floating in the water. So what he does is he hooks up the Oracle, and he says, listen, start filming everything that's coming from my bat lenses. Point out anything that I might miss. And what he does discover is that the bodies, they're all in different states of decay, which means that they died at different times. They were never moved. It's a bit strange. None of them were covered up, He's like, what's going on here? So as he gets further into the boat, he realizes that there were life jackets as well, and no one used them. They were easily accessible. He finds these two have fought each other to the death, even though that they had sort of life-threatening injuries. They carried on. They carried on. So something is really, really strange here. Usually someone would stop, someone would collapse, but they kept on until there was nothing at all left in them. So Oracle suggests, is it a ship of refugees? And he says they look to be, but one seems out of place. And he finds this much younger, early 20s male lying face down, and he's wearing a lab coat, so that would suggest that some kind of maybe experiment has been going on here. And he says, by the amount of bloating, he's been dead longer than the others, so he died first. And it looked like he's got a snap neck, potentially from a fall from the upper neck. And on further inspection, he finds blisters on his elbows, and he starts finding some other injuries that you wouldn't get in a fall or the landing, of course. So he said, he didn't try to break his fall. He just dived without fear and hit the deck and died, until Batman is disturbed by his sound, and he follows the sound down. He notices cameras, so someone's been filming what's going on. So this really, really looks like an experiment, and these people were the test subjects, right? So his thermal imaging shows that there is a live person through the hallway into the next door, and he walks to find this child, and this child's playing a game. And on even closer inspection, you can see his child is really emancipated. He's got blisters, he's got sores. It looks like he is infected with some kind of virus, and he collapses. He's not looking good, but there's a message left. It says, the fear will end, Gotham. Your courage is coming the line. So maybe that's a Wizard of Oz, a reference to, the cowardly lion. And there's also the fear, the scarecrow, all that other stuff. So it's looking really, really cool. This kid does not look good. And can I just say again, look at this art. You can feel the dirt and grime and rust and the thick, potent air on this boat through the art. It is so, so good. And that bat suit, the way it juxtaposes against the colouring of everything else, just stand out. I absolutely love it. So he finds these blisters that you saw earlier on, and he says these physical symptoms consistent with damage to the amygdala, and that's a part of the brain that deals with emotions like fear. He says, Batman, this is Oracle speaking, Batman, Harbour Patrol is almost on your position. What do you want to do? So he says, listen, warn them that there could be a virus here, and warn them to not board just yet. So again, noticing more cameras, he takes this child and gives him some electrolytes, tries to sort of do what he can about the hunger that the kid has been suffering, but he takes the kid away because he's going to run some tests and find out what's going on. And he goes to Mr. Big Brain himself, Mr. Terrific, which I'm so pleased to be seeing more of. Like I keep saying over and over again, since I started reading Al Letson's Mr. Terrific Year 1, I really love this character, so that was a good thing. Anyway, so he takes him there, and Mr. Terrific runs his tests, and he says, listen, from the deceased individual and the various samples you took from the boat, I can confirm your suspicion. It's a virus that attacks the amygdala. It's specifically, possibly even targeted. Effectively, their fear has been removed. The infected would be uninhibited. If we think of the fight or flight response, only fight is left. He says the implications of this, the danger these people would pose to themselves and others. So it is a very, very dangerous virus, and it obviously can be weaponized. Now, what's cool about this is the fact that we get a little surprise. Okay, so we can see the kid there. Obviously, he's passed away, but there is another sample taken, and that's Brucey's sample. And Bruce is in trouble because he's infected too. So what I think we're going to get is we're going to get a fear-induced Batman trying to struggle through this fear, maybe doing some crazy stuff, trying to track down the villain, which I think is going to be Scarecrow, right? I guess it's got to be Scarecrow. It has to be Scarecrow. While working with Miss Terrific. So it's just so good, right? It's a slow issue in the sense that it's not full of action, things aren't blowing up, but it's really well paced. The dialogue is sharp. You can really feel Batman's sort of knowledge of being a detective and working things out. His reasoning is so well done. You even see him put on his virus mask once he realizes that there might be something toxic in the air. Little touches of that throughout the book just make it so much better. You got the police helicopters flying around. It's so full. The world that Janín has built here, it just feels full. It feels full. Everything about this, it's a great first issue, some great full pages art. I'm back and loving this book again because the first arcs were really good, except for the last issue of the last arc. I thought that really dipped, and I was worried that was going to continue. But I think what happened is that he needed to wrap it up really quickly because of all the all the huge events that are coming, and the fact that Batman was being, relaunched with a new #1, and that Hush is far behind. So this is top quality Tom Taylor work, and Mikel Janín is fast becoming, or has become, probably one of my favorite modern artists of all time. He is just flawless. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So there we go. The Courage That Kills. I'm going to definitely be looking forward to the next issues. I hope you are too. Let me know what you think in the comments. I've specifically avoided lots of news and teasers about this arc because I didn't want to spoil it for myself. So I may have a few things wrong about the villain, but who knows? Who knows? Anyway, those are my thoughts. Like the video if you can. Hit subscribe. Hit subscribe if you can. I'd really appreciate it. Until next time, read more comics. We'll see you soon, Bat fans.